Hello and welcome to Patty Knits and Spins. I'm your host Patty. You can find me on Ravelry as Patty Sand. I have a group, Patty Knits and Spins, so come and join us. When we hit 50 members, I will be giving away a pattern for $10 and less on Ravelry. Today is March 22nd, 2014. This is episode 12. It's Nenana Ice Classic time. So come and join me. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about the pattern that caught my eye, works in progress, finished objects, spinning, stitching, the Alaska fun fact, my favorite thing, and my purchases. So let's get on with the show. I have to admit that this is the second time I've tried to record this podcast today. And the first time I kept moving, and I looked like a belly dancer. Don't quite know why, but for some reason I keep trying to move and move and move. So I'm going to try to keep the movement down to a minimum and looking at my show notes at a minimum also. So if you see me looking off to the right, it's because that is exactly where my show notes are. So after that, let's get on with the show. Today the pattern that caught my eye is from a Fairbanks Fiberista. Her name is April. Her pattern is Amberscape. It's by Cherry Darling. It's $4.75. It's done in a bulky weight yarn, 10 size 10 US 6.0 millimeter to a 13 US 9.0 millimeter. It uses from 300 to 350 yards, and she's had it on Ravelry since February of 2014. I know that it's coming out of winter, but I thought it was a really cute pattern, and we're all very proud of her. She's a great person, and you should check it out and see what you think. Excuse me, I need a drink. Works in progress. I still have Miss Winkle going. She is a Martina Beam pattern. I'm doing it on a 3 millimeter, 3 US 3.25 millimeter, and Cakewalk Yarns Footsie in the Peppermint Bark colorway. And yesterday, I went to Knit Night on Wednesday, and yesterday I was sitting in a doctor's office, so I got quite a bit done. So I've got all that done, and this is what I completed this week. I still have quite a bit of yarn left, so I think this is going to be another couple week project. If I don't make considerable amount, I won't be showing it anymore until it's finished, because you guys are probably getting tired of seeing it, and I'm getting tired of seeing the yarn. But I am enjoying the knit, I am enjoying the yarn, and I would definitely buy more from Cakewalk Yarns. I'm also doing the Willow Cal by Amelia Lyon. I'm doing this with the Dramatic Knits podcast group. It is their knit along this month. I'm doing it on Blue Moon Fiber Arts medium weight. The needles I'm using is a size 5, 3.75. The colorway is Krabby McCrabby Pants, and this one got a lot of work done and a lot of progress. I was here last week. I finished all of these, and I'm on the last lace panel, and there is another stockinette panel, and then doing the picot edge, and then a little bit to bind it off. Since I am using such a small amount of yarn, this is like 360 or 380 yards, because this is an old Blue Moon. Let me look here. It has 380 yards, and I know they've increased their put up. I went ahead and took out a lace pattern and a stockinette portion so that I would have enough yarn, and my yarn rolled away, excuse me. So this is all, like I said, this is all I have left. So I think that between the lace pattern, the stockinette pattern, and then the picot ending, I should have just enough to finish this. At least that's what I'm hoping. I said last week that I didn't like the heliopath vest in that dark, yarn that I had for it. So I went ahead and I swatched and I washed it, and I pinned it out. So here is my swatch for the Heliopath Vest by Emma Welford. I'm doing this one on a size 7 US 4.5 millimeter in Cascades yarn Lana de Oro in the color 1080. And this one is, I'm doing this one as a knit along with the Instagram alongers. So I am really liking how that's turning up, and I think that the color and everything will turn out really good. It does, the blooming doesn't seem to take away from the cable, so I'm really liking that a lot. That one is when I'm in between knitting this and that and the other, that one gets knit on. So here is a close-up of the vest in case you forgot what it looks like. I really like it. I can't wait to see what the drop stitches are going to look like and how it's all going to turn out, because I think it's going to turn out great. So, as you could tell, there's a thing missing. Yes, I had a finished object. I finished the Patons Croix sock for my husband. This is the blue stripe grag. I knit it on a size 1.5, 2.5 millimeter with the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. There's the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. And I did this on, let's see, I did the 12 cast on, up to 72 stitches around, 3x1 rib, Fish Lips Kiss Heel, 3x1 rib until the top. Then I did a 1x1 rib with the lacy bind off. But I had an issue with this pair. This is the first pair. I liked how it's striped. It looked really cool. It seemed to work really well. So I just knit until I got to the red stripe, and then I put, started the heel, and then I measured against the next one, and somehow it was 2 stripes short. So I had to back it back, put the red stripe and the gray stripe on the bottom, and went up and up and up. And then I'm measuring it out after I bound it off, and it's still like a little bit different, like 2 rows different on the top. But at this point, they're done. They're done. He likes them. They're done. So that was my finished object of the week. Another drink, excuse me. I went to Joann's and had a 25% off the whole coupon on the whole price, so I went ahead and picked him up another pair. So I got some more Patons Croix sock, since he really likes them, and they wash well. I'm still washing the first pair I finished, and they're washing great. And this one is the rag shades again. This one is called the Gray Brown Marl. So it's going to stripe these colors, the brown, the gray, and the red. So I think that these are going to turn out really cool, and I'm going to start these as soon as I get either the Willow Cal or Miss Winkle off. I think it's probably going to be the Willow Cal, and then I'll start these. Those socks. Whew! Spinning! I got some spinning this week. I got the spinning bug again. It bit. So here is my spinning. It's thick and thin, but I'm alright with that. I just kind of wanted to spin this up and to see what it was going to be. So here is the first 2 ounces of the Ashford Corriedale Stripey in the Spring Morning colorway. And here's the second. I have started the second one and it's on my wheel. And here's what it looks like before it's spun. So I think it's going to be a really interesting 2-ply. And it's going to be really, really barber pole-y, I think. Because it's already barber poling with the colors. So it'll be a really interesting spin. And the tool I have liked this week is my Paradise Fiber combs. I purchased these at the Sock Summit in 2011. And these are evil things. You need to be very careful when you're using them, because I have stabbed myself with them a couple of times. Ouch. But I've been using these on the bat that I had from the Unique Creations in Fiber, the Custom Colorwork Blends Polychrome Pass. Here's the card. The second ounce seemed to be really matted, and I'm not sure if it was because I had it in a plastic bag for so long and I've traveled with it and it's gotten squished, and that's probably why it was so clumped. So I took the combs and I carefully just kind of combed them out. I didn't pull them through a diz or anything. I just, just combed it and pulled it off. And it is spinning up a little bit thicker than the other, because there is, I'm not sure why, but it is spinning a little bit thicker. This is all I have left of the second ounce. So I'm hoping to finish this up in the next couple of weeks so that I can finally start that brown alpaca, because I'm really looking forward to spinning that alpaca and then spinning the 3 together and seeing how that works. So, stitching. I am almost finished with the blocks of the Aloha Summer Sampler. I've only got a little bit left to go of the blocks, and then I can start the days. As you see, I finished the very middle one, and I put some of that sparkle, let's see, I put the sparkle stuff in the tire, and that white you really just can't see it. But here we go, pull it back. And I'm really liking this. This is lots of fun. I do it late at night when I'm kind of bored and don't feel like knitting, or my fingers kind of hurt from knitting. And I just do this for a little while, and I'm going to be trying to do at least a square a night to see if I can get that finished. Okay, so now we're at the Alas. Oh, and that was from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and you can find them on Big Cartel. So it's the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery at Big Cartel. Let's see. The other thing, the Alaska fun fact of the week is it's Nenana's Ice Classic time. Here in Alaska, we put a tripod on the Nenana River, have a string hooked to it that is on the other end of a big clock that counts down the days. No, this one counts the hours and the minutes and the seconds. And when the tripod moves enough to pull the tab to stop the clock, then we know it's breakup time. And we also know that some lucky person who has chosen the correct day, time, hour, second, whatever, wins the pot. And it's a pretty big pot some years, like $32,000. So that's kind of cool. You have until April 5th to get your guess in. So if you're in Alaska and you're watching this, you need to go find the place that sells the Nenana Ice Classic ticket and give it a try. You never know, you could win. And if you do, let me know. That's kind of cool. I thought I would show you the home of our baseball team, the Gold Panners. It is wintertime, yes, and I'll bring you back in at summertime. But here is the home of the Gold Panners. And on a clear night, I can actually hear them playing from my house. So I'm not too far from home. Here we go. Sorry, I keep spinning around. But here it is. And just kind of showing you around here. There's a cool little playground. Spin. Where is it? Oh, really cool area. There's a skate park behind me. Right there. It's really a small one, but all sorts of cool things. And that's the fish hatchery, which I'll get a closer look of that later. But I'll spin back around again. Hopefully I'm not making anybody sick. And here we go. And there, oh, there's the playground area. There it is. And as you see, yeah, snow still. We're going to have snow probably until end of April, May. And we'll spin around this way a little bit. And there is the Carlson Center, where we have different things happening there. So, there we go, guys. Bye. So, guys, I guess that's all I have for you this week. You can find me on Ravelry as Patty Sand. I have a group, Patty Knits and Spins. I am on Instagram as Patty Sand 631, Plurk as Pat Sand 631. I'm on Twitter as AK Cold 2. You can email me at akcold2@yahoo.com. I'm on iTunes as Patty Knits and Spins. I'm also, the show notes are on pattyknitsandspins.blogspot.com. Thanks for joining me if you're a new viewer, and thanks for coming back if you're a returning viewer. I really appreciate it. Come and join the group. I want to give away a pattern, $10 or less for the 50 member giveaway. So give it a try. You could win. So whatever you craft, I hope you craft it to your heart's content. Goodbye, everybody.